Okay, imagine this. It's a particularly cold winter night, and you've been out on the run without a home for days now. Not only that, but you're pregnant, and you want to find a safe, warm place to have your children. But everyone that sees you seems to want to cause harm to you. But eventually you find your way to a home that seems to be occupied, but the smell of warm soup and seasoned meat call you to their door. Rather than waiting for your chance to make it inside on their terms, you instead find an opening to their house through a side rear entry, and eventually you're inside in a cozy, inviting, warm environment. You're not due for at least a week, but you've adapted to this home rather well. You know the times that the residents go to bed, and you know exactly where they keep their food. And you're also able to maneuver the various noise-making obstacles in your way to not alert the people that live here to your misdeeds. Unfortunately, after giving birth to your children, you're drained, starving, unable to do the many crazy jumps and climbing things that you were once able to do. But you also haven't stockpiled that much food, and it appears the residents of the house aren't leaving any food around for you to easily be able to forage. All except for one piece of meat that was placed upon a pedestal. Something that your instincts are telling you to avoid, but desperate times call for desperate measures. And there's only one thing you can do to ensure the survival of you and your brood. You eagerly pull out your phone and ask Google what you should do in the situation.
Your instincts are right. Do not eat the meat. It is very likely a poison bait trap specifically designed to kill you and other rodents in the house. If you eat it, you risk not only your life, but also the lives of your children. Your priority must be to find food for yourself and your litter that is safe and will not lead to your death. The meat is a trap. You will not be able to feed or care for your babies. The homeowners will eventually find your body and your babies and take steps to eliminate the entire nest. A sick mother cannot care for her young.
Yes, this is an actual Google search, and yes, the AI is treating the mouse as though it somehow has access to Google and has a way to communicate with it, giving it as much seriousness as the situation deserves. And I love this. AI personification is a legitimate pastime for me. Don't judge me, I do it pretty regularly. From a bee wondering why its stomach hurts after it stung a mean person messing with its nest, to a computer that wants to shut down but its owner always leaves it on. Seeing AI personify something that has zero human traits and it actually takes it serious is as funny as it is amusing. But I know I'm not alone in this endeavor. Humans love personifying things. Giving their cars names, treating pets like they're holding a grudge for not having their food on time. Hell, even a plastic bag flowing in the wind free as a bird. And it's that personification where our minds fill in the blanks to humanize anything that makes gaming with a mute protagonist so immersive. You know, I'm no stranger to silent video game protagonists. Gordon Freeman is a popular choice with its incredibly capable abilities of dealing with an apocalyptic threat, being a nuclear physicist, and working for a company that is a leading research facility capable of teleportation and extra-dimensional travel. And despite how well-rounded he is, he's just completely silent whenever someone tries to talk to him, or no matter what threat he faces. And despite this lack of personality besides its background, Gordon seems to be ranked pretty high among fans due to the story being told not only through his eyes, but through the eyes of the viewer, able to attribute things that happen to him to the player as well. Take this as a contrast to Samus. Not that badass bounty hunter and unstoppable killing machine Samus. I mean this one.
The thumbs up sign had been used by the Galactic Federation for ages. Me? I was known for giving the thumbs down during briefing. I understood well that chances were slim that I would ever find anyone that understood me like Adam. When I rebelled against him, I knew I could get away with it. Adam, thank you. Leave the rest to me.
Notice how immediately that description seems less apt after an internal monologue. In many, many ways, Gordon is similar to Samus, able to do the job that needs to be done without complaining. And incredibly capable at that. But throw in an extra layer of fearlessness and bravery that Samus portrays in her movements and abilities and cutscenes, and, well, a lot of that just doesn't quite match up with the version of the Japanese Samus here.
Adam.
Not to say something like that couldn't work. Throughout fiction, there's been many characters with internal monologues that don't quite match their appearance. Kumiko from So I'm a Spider, So What? This is an isekai channel now, fuck you, don't judge me, is nearly vacant to everyone they interact with. Her conversations with others have me laughing hysterically when I can tell why she's doing a certain action that seems pretty psychotic to others. But her lack of communication skills are thrown away despite having an entire internal monologue beforehand. For a more familiar example, Chris from Deltarune. The game sometimes prompts you to make a lot of random actions, seemingly knowing that you're just a player behind the controller, but also bringing about the personality of the character that you're controlling. Actions that seem random to us, like eating moss from a prison cell, seems like an action that would lead to a good outcome due to the game prompting it to you. But no, your character just actually wanted to eat moss, displaying a dichotomy of what you're doing as the player, but also what you, the character, are thinking and wanting. This can be done in many different ways. You are the player that controls the character. So if you want to tell someone something weird or make the character do something harmful when the game prompts it, you're able to do so and are forced to live with the choice that you made that alters the characters in some way what they think about you. The reverse is also true, as having the ability to do different things in the game gives you consequences to live with and strengthen your bond with those characters. Toby Fox seems to have tried his best to make sure that there's no right or wrong way to play the game, despite every action having some sort of equal or opposite reaction. Visual novels, however, are the king of letting you take the seat of the protagonist, as each choice you make can lead you to feeling more immersed as the world around you changes. Telltale games embody this with a pinpoint accuracy, having each decision you make balloon out wildly with different consequences. And while you're not completely silent throughout the game, you're able to interact with others and make Lee, your character, say whatever it is that you, the player, are thinking about that situation. You aren't just in control with each different encounter. You're the god that can cause a tragedy to play out or save as many people as you can. This putting you more in the seat of the protagonist than most other games with a free controller. Sure, sometimes Lee's thoughts and biases can creep out into the narrative, but ultimately you are more this character than he is. The same can't be said for... wait, do you hear that? Yes! Yes! It is! It's Solid fucking Snake! Snake has to be one of the greatest characters in all of gaming. You're able to see a very clear and consistent character that shapes the way you play. Consistently throughout every entry, you're controlling a character that is sent on a mission as a pawn of a bigger game between military forces.
You're nothing more than a pawn, Snake. I'm the pawn.
I guess except for MGS5, but I never really made it that far into that game. Snake, aware of that, imparts his wisdom and military expertise and style, knowing that he's the perfect soldier for the many jobs that he goes on, planting his own personality in most everything you're forced to do. Crawling around undetected makes him feel at home. Smoking cigarettes is a habit that he needs to stop, but it keeps him grounded. Sneaking around in a cardboard box makes him feel more alive. He doesn't want to kill people, but he'll do it if it gets him out alive. He nearly has a philosophical take to every situation that other characters or experiences, and little by little you find yourself becoming Snake throughout every encounter, and by the end of the game, you start to embody this badass mercenary that was sent out to do the impossible job. One that only you and skills like yours could achieve. Which is odd because, to me, most other games portray the character talking as merely a background to the objective. Rare ones like Metal Gear, Mass Effect, and especially Hollow Knight Silksong
Magina Fora
lull you into your character through every step that they take along the way. Which is great and all. It helps keep me immersed to these characters without the trade-off of dissonance once they open their mouth. But the next best thing is me being able to impose my will into a vessel that takes form through my will. The Knight is a silent, small, tiny little, small little guy, little bug. He's just a little guy. And while playing as him, your failures shape the present. Bosses 3 times your size are daunting for the player to overcome. But once it's said and done, you can overcome any obstacle. So in hindsight, you're the badass that triumphed over insurmountable odds. Other characters see you as an unkillable, relentless machine, an anomalous beast with sheer willpower driving them towards a goal. And with your character's vacant stare and minuscule gestures, you slowly become this vessel's will, slashing and clawing your way forwards despite the odds. And now that we're hidden a few minutes into the video, I can be honest with you. I kinda identify with silent characters more than those with a clear personality. It's not the fact that my actions and choices will feel more my own, but also, well, I think of my own life in this way, I tend to find myself adapting to whatever situation I'm in rather than being myself, whatever the hell that even is. I tend to have the need to fit in when I'm with others and piloting myself to try and get the best outcome I can. And I realize that makes me seem more robotic rather than person-like. But I find myself surrounded by friends who hardly know who I am, and not because I choose to hide it, but because the person piloting this doesn't really know what is a self. Conversations come off as stilted and awkward because I don't really know how to branch them between who I am and who I'm talking to. There's this scene from Undertale that, for some reason, 7 whole years removed from initially playing it, still gets to me. I guess spoilers for a decade-old indie. There's a part where you're fighting the main antagonist near the end of the story. Asriel Dreamer is powered up and consuming the souls of the characters that you've come to know throughout the game. And there's a small crack in the facade of the villain. A crack that turns into the characters that you've come to know in the game. You get to see their constant quips and jokes that they make through the villain. Their attack patterns are from boss encounters that you've had before befriending them. And beating this portion lies in having to interact with them in ways that reveal their true selves that you've gotten to know throughout the game, so that you can free them from the villain. Or at the very least, pacify part of them. And with this pacification, they come to let you know that they're rooting for you, and they're happy to be friends with you. And there's some sort of glitch in the Matrix, because it always makes me tear up for some reason. There's no logical reason for it or whatever. I don't think there's many people out there who feel the same way I do about this part of the story, if anyone does. It's stupid and childish, and again, it makes no sense at all, but here I am, feeling like an idiot here. Part of it might have something to do with befriending these characters, despite the mostly stoic and emotionless person that you are throughout the game. Yet, eventually, they become to befriend you in one way or another through your actions. And the best explanation I've got here is, I think that's me. I often find myself surrounded by friends that I have no idea how they've gotten to love and care about me, despite me feeling as though I'm the silent protagonist just trying to pick the best possible choice to progress. People I've come to know and find such fondness in reflect the same about me, despite me thinking in my head that I'm just an empty husk. I know you, yet you don't know who I am. And somehow you're still rooting for me. It's weird, but I appreciate it. Thank you. By the end of the fight, by breaking the will of the villain with your perseverance, you find them just as alone and directionless as you are. Just trying to pass moments that feel like an eternity with a little game. They see a character in you that was never there to begin with, kind of, and reverse their actions. And your character, not you, gets to go on with their happy ending, finally letting go of the events that they went through to get their peaceful ever after. To which that leaves you, the player, told not to disturb this. Your part in this is done. You have taken the empty vessel to a place where they can be truly happy. And it makes me wonder if that's what it looks like for a god to pick you up as one of their subjects and move you somewhere else. To simply look divinely inspired, but they're simply pushing enough buttons to get you where you need to go. Bonding with them along the way. Feeling their experience and not being told how to view it, but letting your own journey shine through it. Whether you're adventuring onwards to save a princess with your high-action body, or if you're simply a badass bounty hunter in a post-apocalyptic wasteland searching for the people who thought they shot you dead, that feeling of inhabiting a new vessel feels liberating, I guess. And you know what? I think I've earned myself one more Google search. Help me, I'm meowing, and Mommy has been gone for 2 minutes. Where did Mommy go?
Mommy will be right back. She has not been gone very long, but cats don't have a good sense of time. So 2 minutes can feel like a very long time. It's normal to feel anxious when you can't see your favorite human, but they will come back to you.